I have been I have been I have had like 10 days off work, but I have been more focused on getting so much of my assignments done. And it is so fascinating that I have come to understand a lot when it comes to cultural and intercultural spaces, uh, where how we live in society based on its social norms, the economic and political uh, approaches uh, from the Nakayama readings and other readings uh, that have been provided by my instructor to engage the intellectual context of society. Uh, I have created or I have produced more sense, more sense of reasoning that humans, our intercultural differences uh, reflect the 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 progress uh, that we make in society. One of my research, one of my research is conducted, and one of the paper that I talk about in my examen was the Nigerian culture, how culture had become globalized, how culture has opened societies for industrialization, how culture has supported uh, uh, economic wealth. My argument is subjective reasoning because uh, with the researches done, it is understandable that our different culture put us or unite us in our intercultural space. What do I mean? When I discussed the act and culture of Nigeria that resonate to what Nigerians were, traditions, belief, value systems that will be different from the Liberian culture and of how we see ourselves as a group to belong. Henceforth, culture is beyond just beliefs, traditions, and practice. It's also about what we wear, what we eat. Okay, so it's a whole big spectrum. It's a whole big spectrum of how we see culture and how we view cultural differences based on race, gender, social equality in society. And my point was there as a scholar, like I mentioned that even though as a Liberian I would love to, to experience Nigerian culture, but cultural dominance is important to a specific group of people. Now, because uh, the F and Craft Center of Nigerian culture is situated in Minneapolis, that it brings about globalization. No question or argument about that. But let's look at who are the actors in who goes there. They are Nigerians, but yet you have other cultures that go there because we want to understand the Nigerian culture. And in one of in the book that we're reading for our class, the intercultural communication, and in the praxis the Sorrells praxis model of inquiry, I will want to inquire what it is about Nigeria culture. What are their beliefs? What do they do? How do they do what they do? So that gives me a deeper sense in, I would not say in a hegemony sense, but it gives me a deeper sense in understanding the culture and cultural identity of that specific group, Nigerians, in society. It comes and brings about globalization when Liberian culture, Nigerian culture, South African culture interplay within that intercultural space. And that's what is important. Another thing that I have been engaging in my intellectual thoughts have been the proliferation of how globalization came about with different culture. And watch that for my reflection. I will uh, be discussing a lot of issues, as I at getting into master program. It entails long readings and research and analysis based on facts. And that is why I have been off Facebook. That's why I have not been engaged in my page. But I can say that I will come back to engage my page and discuss. It's just when you got so much workload in terms of the school, in terms of other workload, you get flabbergasted and just, hold on for this. But watch out, there's a lot we should know about our culture. There's a lot we should know about our cultural identity. There's a lot we need to know how it have brought people together from different walks of life, from different countries. With our culture, with our intercultural communication, there would have been no globalization. There would have been, we wouldn't have shared the market values of capitalism and labor. The United States is a capitalist economy that supports an open market benefiting you in most sense. But let's look at other countries that do not have a democratic rule or economy is different from the capitalist economy. What are they facing? What are they engaging in? How do they function in the functional approach of Sorrells' praxis model? How do they relate? So all of these interplay in our intercultural space. And that is why it's important that we understand what it means. Thank you.